Woohoo! All right, we've learned so much so far. Now, how are we going to celebrate our book project fundraiser? We're going to do a launch party. Well, that's what I did anyway. Oh, hey, if you just found this video, you're going to want to make sure that you watch all the videos in this playlist, kind of Netflix, Petflix style, organized for you here. Every phase of the project is covered in the playlist. In this final video of the series, I'm going to talk to you about how my book launch party went and what these books can do for you even after all of the phases are done. There's a lot. So I had a launch party, an in-person party, which was really great. Mine was at the brewery of one of the people that was in the book. So we had her dog session at her brewery and she agreed to host it for no cost. So all I did is I worked something out. I said, listen, I'll pay for the first 20 people's drinks. So I prepaid for that, and which was perfect because every single person that came in that wanted a drink got one, and it was exactly that many. It was a hoot. Her brewery's dog friendly. We had the party on a day that it was closed, and so there was no regular traffic coming in, although the person who owns the bookstore did happen in. I said, please stay. And so people brought their dogs. Here's a huge thing, is my sister flew in for this and she helped get all the books ready. We put them in their own little bags. We had a goodie treat from all the sponsors. They put in their things like their brochures all in those bags, and a little treat that I'd gotten from the local dog treat bakery. So she helped me get all of that packaged and organized, and she came to the party. We brought our own spreads of just finger foods and cookies, and the party was just a great time. But I wish I had hired somebody to take the pictures and video for me, because I had very little photos. I was so busy being hostess that I don't have a picture of me with the clients with their books. I don't have any selfies of that. I didn't think of that at the time, which it seems obvious now, but definitely hire someone or ask somebody to take pictures of you with people there. It was amazing watching everybody immediately get their book out and find their dog. And at one point I looked around the brewery and here's all these dogs having fun and people just pouring over their book, reading their stories, reading other stories, meeting each other, making connections. The party was a huge success. So if you're able to do that, do it. This year, my party will be here at the studio. It's more accessible. So consider the party that you're going to have too, and bring extra books in case anyone else wants to buy some more. I just want to say a few words. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating in this fundraiser, because we did raise quite a bit of funds. Jordan's going to tell us about one of the places in just a minute. But this book is, I have now lived in Colorado 10 years. I know, and I realized, I need to explore more. So Amanda's helping me with that. But all help me explore new places too. I've never been to my Happy Park. Special thanks to Frank.
Famous Frank.
After the launch, what do? I ordered a lot of extra books, and that's because I'm going to use them for marketing. What we did was, my book was all based on dog-friendly locations in northern Colorado, so my sister designed a brochure. So we took the pictures and the locations and put them in a brochure, and this is my marketing piece for my studio now. So if I go to an event, instead of handing my business cards, which I still do, I give them this. I said, oh, are you new to the area? You might want to know some dog-friendly places to go. So here you go. And they're like, what? Really? That's awesome. And then every book has a bookmark as well. So if someone buys a book, they get the bookmark. That's separate. But I bought extra copies because what I'm going to do is make a sticker plate for the inside of the book and take them to dog businesses and dog-friendly locations and have my plaque in the front saying, this book on loan from Silver Paw Studio, with my brochures. And so that can sit in the lobby of all the dog-friendly places in town. So this is a huge marketing piece for me. And I also have this as a PDF, and that is the lead magnet for my email list. Pretty cool, right? And I've written a bunch of blog posts. I've done a lot of social media posts after the fact. These books can really be an amazing marketing piece for you as well. With these books out there, I've had people say, oh, I saw that book down at, my vet's office, and now I've met you. Like, they're putting the pieces together with who I am instead of just leaving a regular brochure or business card somewhere. They're really relating me to this book and this project. And I was recently at like a yappy hour for dogs. It wasn't photography related. It was just a yappy hour. And I went around the room, and I was like the sponsor person, the vendor. And I went around the room and gave everybody the brochure. Hey, just so you know, I'm doing a giveaway over here, and those are all my pictures. But here's some cool places to go with your dog in town. And there was a number of people at this event who were just here for the weekend. And so they were like, oh, that's great. Thank you. This will give me something to do over the weekend. Another thing I did not anticipate with this book project was how excited people were to be invited to this kind of a project. So the registration fee was about a quarter of what my session fee usually is. Now, my registration fee did not come with anything but a place in the book. There was no studio credit, no prints, no digitals, nothing. This was just an opportunity to be in the book and raise funds for the cause. But people were so excited about it. This was their chance. I let them bring all their other pets, their family, but only their dogs would be in the book. And people were just ecstatic. This was a chance to tell their dog's story, to leave a legacy, to be part of something that's impacting the entire community, because the funds went to actually 2 rescues that everybody knew about and knew needed the funds. And it was just a really awesome way to bring so many people together. And for me, it ticked all the boxes. I could serve my clients, they could get involved in a community project, and we're raising funds yeah. Everyone was really excited about that. I'm looking through the book right now, and oh my gosh, I kind of feel like I want to cry. It's just the compilation of so many different people and places and sentiments. Wow, we did it. So that was really unforeseen to me, how excited people were to be in the book. Oh, there was one more thing that I forgot to tell you about. As we're making the book, I realized I wanted a map, a hand-drawn map in the book of all the cool locations, kind of have this watercolor feel. And one of the people involved in the book is an amazing illustrator. And so I hired her to illustrate the map that goes in the book. So that was really cool too. So many ways to just collaborate with everybody and bring so many cool things together. So just the reach of this kind of project it blows my mind all the time. And then of course I have all the great pictures, and it helped, really kickstart the year for me financially. Now, did I get my client average? No, I didn't. And part of that, and this is my spreadsheet, I could spreadsheet all this out because it was the first year buying the course. So I took that out. I bought my sister a new iMac or MacBook. And I had Frank as an assistant, and I hired an editor. So these are all expenses that I did not foresee at the time. And I was also very generous with how much I gave. So 50% of all registrations went to the causes, 5% of all book sales, and 5% of all prints beyond that, any sale beyond that. So I was really able to just about hit my goal of raising $4,000, so $2,000 per rescue with these 40 sessions. But my sales average was lower. So that hurt a little bit, but I know that now going into this year's project. This year's project, I decided to do breed specific, and I thought of all kinds of different breeds, and there's just a massive amount of ideas that you can come up with.
I'm really excited for this next book project. Pit bulls. Monique posted on social media a picture of her and our old dog Max. He was the best, but he was stigmatized just as much as pit bulls are. They were the in dog back then, and then they were the out dog because everybody said they were dangerous. And then it was Dobermans, and then it was Rottweilers, and it's the people that are messing it up for the dogs. And so I hope that what we send forth with this book is a little bit of blessing for pit bulls, because they don't deserve what we've done to them. Oh my God.
So my book this year is Pity Party, a celebration of pit bull dogs. And so many of these labeled pit bulls, you do a DNA test and they're not even pit bulls at all, or any of the 4 or 5 breeds that make up a pit bull. And so that's what I'm doing this year for my book. It's very specific to that breed and those mixes. And it's not relegated to just Colorado. And so I do have a session that's in Oregon, Washington area this summer, and I've opened it up to anyone. If I'm going to be traveling to your area, or you want to travel here, it doesn't have to be Colorado specific, but all the funds raised will go back to the same rescue that I gave to before, but specifically to their behavior program. And so all of the funds this year are going to go to that bucket for them, because so much of what we think of as a bad dog is really bad training and bad people behind that. So I don't want to get too far into the depths of that as, like a big driving force for me and my studio, but I do want to shed some light on like the goofiness and the friendliness and the love that you can get from pit bulls. And if you have a breed that's really close to your heart, that could be a project that you could work on. Oh my gosh, I think that covers everything I wanted to tell you about doing a book project fundraiser for your pet photography business. There's a lot to it, but it's extremely rewarding for you, for your clients, and for your community. I think for me, it just checks all those boxes. It's totally, I love it. I found out that I'm project-based all the way. And so this kind of project is just totally for me. So matter of fact, I'm in the middle of registration for this year, so I've got to get back to work in here, letting people know, getting those press releases out, posting to social media, and just really getting the hype up for this amazing project. And I hope you have luck with yours. All the links to things that I've talked about will be in the description of this video. And you can always comment or reach out to me at Monique at ProPetPhotog if you have questions about this. And again, some of the back end things and some of the setup, I don't talk about the book specifically, but we do have the ProPetPhotog Community Center membership. So there's a lot of pointers in there to help you. And then we also, during that, in the membership, the second meeting of the month is all like coaching. And so if you have questions about your book, it's kind of an open coaching time. And that could be a good spot for you too, because there's 2 other people in the group right now that are doing a book project this year. So there's a bunch of us. All right. Hope that helps you in your book project endeavor. And I'll see you in the next one. As always, I wish you many woofs, purrs, and TREATSs. Ooh, that all sounds so exciting, right? If this is the first video you've watched in the series, you're gonna wanna watch the entire playlist that's right here for all the juicy details on doing your own book project fundraiser.